Hey, what's up, man? Hello. I just barely got back in time. Had to go run some errands. Be a functional adult. I got back in time, just barely. Apparently, the guy that leaked Dynasty Warriors 10 is credible for other things, so I guess there's a chance it might happen. I was gonna watch it anyway, so why not? I got a couple hours of free time. How's it going? It's alright. Besides getting charged for the shuttle twice. Only bad thing that's happened today. Shuttle's app likes to charge you money for rides that don't exist. So I'm out $3. They'll give me the money back in a few days, but I kind of needed it now. I'll live, though. Shuttle will take your money and then tell you there's no ride. I'm like, well, you took my money. It should be a ride. It's that simple. You took the money for the service and you didn't give me the service. What gives? That's why I always pay with cash if I can, but I didn't have any cash available. What could possibly go wrong this time? Well, I haven't really been following it much, but apparently it's a Spanish leaker that has been credible on other things, so I guess there is a chance that it might be true. But Muso games in general usually don't leak. Last time was Samurai Warriors 5. I think there was like some kind of leak for that at some point, but usually Koei Tecmo stuff does not leak. You just kind of wake up one day and, you know, oh hey, here's this game coming out in 6 months. Which is a good thing, because a lot of video game studios and publishers like to announce stuff like 3 years before it's going to come out. So I don't mind that. But I'm from what I'm hearing from other sources, there's a chance that it's true. I'm not really expecting anything either way. Let me know if it's too loud. Well, if the PC port is bad, I got 16 gigs of VRAM now, so there's that at least. Let me turn this down a little bit. It's a little loud. Let me know if that's volume is good. I probably won't be talking that much. I'm playing Blaze Blue Entropy Effect on my Steam Deck. If it's too loud or too quiet, let me know and I'll fix it. I just got in the door. I had to go run some errands. be a responsible adult, so I didn't really have a lot of time to set up. I got back like less than 10 minutes ago. Just speed run being a functional adult to get back in time for this.
Hi everyone, I'm Asad Kizilbash, Head of Product at PlayStation Studios and Head of PlayStation Productions. I'm here to welcome one of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings together some of the most talented developers in our industry, with an incredible pedigree in the online multiplayer space. We announced their first game, Concord, last year, and today they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on PS5. First is an extended video.
I have to tell you, there's going to be
the cool characters you'll
gameplay
find in the Concord Galaxy.
The state of marketing video games now. They have to brag about how they actually have gameplay instead of showing you an animated trailer or CG that they outsource to some studio. Like, wow, we actually have gameplay. Cool. I'm actually, you know, here to see video games, not a movie. Oh, how thoughtful. You're actually going to show a video game, huh? Oh, I'm shocked. Normally it's the opposite.
Oh, boy.
Oh, jukebox.
Wasn't the plan. It was a spontaneous, creative decision made after years of careful research.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the upload?
A few more minutes. Hey, start time. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
Whoa. Where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back on the ship saying, trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then, that. That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
If we don't leave with this blue
Hey,
button...
Mar. We will. We will.
I'll be waiting outside.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What? This?
Funny.
Slow them down a little for you. Meet at the rendezvous point.
Wait, what? Where's the rendezvous? I didn't catch that.
Copy that, Bill.
Shield out! Well played. You are wounded.
Fine. They only got one of my legs.
How are those hands? How bad is it? You're still mad at me?
Lennox!
Got him.
One off. This is you.
Got it!
I am developing a taste for destruction.
Yeah, they had to say it was captured on a PS5 as well, because that's something they've done. They've been caught doing a lot recently. Is they do these showcases for like a specific platform, like a Nintendo Direct or these State of Plays,
Don't worry.
and then
Nobody's dying
it's all
this
captured on a
honorably.
PC.
Also, we're bringing this back
So it
with
will
us.
not run or look that good at all.
Hey, Mark. What are you doing?
Like, for instance, they could do that on my computer because the new graphics card I have is like 4 times more powerful than the PS5. But like, a lot of times they don't disclose that. A lot of times they don't disclose that. They're like, yeah, you're totally on the computer at the office right now. You're not running it on the console. That's why they say that all the time now, because they've gotten in trouble for that. First time I remember it happening was Witcher 3. Like when they were promoting that game, it looked like way better than what was actually delivered.
I knew this was gonna
It's
work.
like they were clearly running it on
Wasn't the
PC.
plan.
Well, it just
That was
wasn't
way
the one
more
we
powerful
started
than the
with.
PS4.
All right.
To make it look better, and then everybody got upset when
Goods delivered.
the game didn't look like that. They call them bull
So
shots.
do you, like, carry it around with you for emergency bland situations or whatever?
I haven't really seen any gameplays. This is all just a cutscene.
Don't joke about
I don't really
stuff
care if
like
it's
this.
in engine.
Our next job is somewhere with less
I have
scaffolding.
no scaffolding. Zero scaffolding. I promise. We were apart for so long. I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe.
Oh, now they're
of
actually showing the
Concord
game.
Galaxy. In Concord, from the moment you log on, you are part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners. Free gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars. They take high-stake jobs on worlds across wild space, where they face other fiercely competitive free gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
It's hard work.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious
But it's
that,
our work,
like,
and we don't take it for granted.
meticulously animated cutscene was not
Well,
gameplay.
You're free.
Right on target. Yeah, you better run.
Free gunners have a shot at making something of themselves. A chance to be someone.
All right. Need a second to fix myself up.
Why not?
And in the wilds, it's anyone's game. You won't survive on
You know,
your own.
this actually looked kind of interesting when they were showing the story trailer, but then
Finally.
it's just another shooter that probably won't have anybody playing it. So I think a lot of people lost interest when they showed the gameplay.
We risk our lives every day to do the job.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them the big guns. That's me.
This crew will go anywhere. Take any job. Face any enemy.
I'm tired of guns. Where's the melee combat games? I'm tired of guns. I'm sick of it. It's all the same.
We're the free gunner crew of the North Star.
What's up, Apothecary? Hello.
And together, we're going to make our mark on this.
I don't know if you know this, but I just upgraded my computer. I got a 4070 Ti Super. So if they announce Dynasty Warriors 10 on this presentation, I'll be ready. I'll be ready for it to run at 20 FPS,
Would you like to join us?
720p low.
With Concord,
If the port is anywhere
we're
near
leaning
as
on the
bad as
strengths and
9,
background of our team
that's
to
about
make a
all I can
tight,
expect.
Well-balanced FPS that feels great to play. We focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong gameplay foundation of tight core movement, precise visceral shooting, and expressive abilities.
We ended up finding ourselves influenced a lot by fighting games and even strategy games in the interesting way that the asymmetry of their characters makes every fight, every matchup feel really different.
Leaning into the asymmetry of the characters, really pushing the possibility space of two different characters colliding. It's all about creating opportunities for improvisation. That's where we can get out of the way and let players find their own magic. We also have abilities that are meant to have impact beyond direct combat. Deployable gear that can persist throughout a full game, so whether that's multiple rounds of a mode or multiple respawns across a match. There are healing pads, bullet blocking domes, explosive traps,
Fuma, it's because
lane blocking walls, all kinds of ways to support your team or disrupt your enemies. Coordinated teams can
creatively
set up and plan
bankrupt.
ahead, and depending on where and when it happens, players can shift the battlefield to their advantage.
We've got everything from mystics and
It's hard to get
medics
anything published
gunslingers
that's like
and
not
stunt
a shooter.
robots. Every character
Because
brings
the
their own
publishers
unique
think, the investors think that
skills,
it's going to
and
be
wide-ranging
the
perspectives
next Call
to
of
the crew.
Duty, and that
Every
pretty
week,
much never
when
happens.
You log into Concord, you will be welcomed
These
with
games
a new
have very
cinematic
short
vignette
shelf lives.
that will give you a chance to see our characters off the job. They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships and unpack the broader Concord galaxy.
Why are you?
The problem is, like, there are a lot of really good service games right now.
We'll be hosting a
No matter what you
pre-launch beta
like,
in July,
you know, if you like,
followed by Concord's global launch,
you know, strategy
on
or
August 23rd,
FPS
2024.
or the melee combat grind games like I do. You know, there's lots of them, but there's just not enough time and money. There's a bunch of gotchas I saw that looked interesting, but I'm like, I'm already playing PGR, and I already cash on that game every single patch, every month. I can't really afford to play another one. I don't have infinite time and money. And every, like, service game is trying to keep you addicted and playing for longer and longer so that you don't play something else. That's part of the problem too, for sure. The game wants you to be on it like 3 hours a day. How likely are you to play something else? Like, even if the other game is better. A lot of people are like that with Wuthering Waves right now. You know, like that game has better combat than Genshin by miles, but there's two problems. The first is it's terribly optimized. It stutters a lot. Doesn't have controller support on mobile, and like the monetization is like the exact same. So it's like, how many people can really afford the time and money to play both? You're gonna have to make a sacrifice. Either ditch Genshin or just play Wuthering. You're not gonna be able to play both. Especially if you cash. If you cash and you take both seriously, that's a lot of time. You have like no time to play anything else.
What is necessary?
Now PGR I play because I'm only on it like 30 minutes a day tops. You know, it's not a big time investment, and the money investment to be competitive is far less than almost anything else. That's why I keep playing it. If any of that changed, I would stop. But like, all these games are you're competing with everything that's out. It doesn't matter what kind of game it is. Somebody can be too far into, you know, something else and don't want to play anything else. Anything. This is Phantom Blade Zero. I'm excited for this. I think.
Oppress the people for personal gain, and the people must turn to thievery for food.
Oh, wait.
Perhaps this is heaven's way
Never
of
mind.
lamenting the state of the land. Men are powerless at the feet of the divine. But even so, someone must act.
Yes! Yes! Alright, I'm already sold. Alright. It was worth coming back home in time for this. Oh shit. Oh man, next year. Well, there you go. Now the rest isn't worth watching.
Momo, I think I was dreaming.
It wasn't a dream. We were really transported to Mirrorland.
Okay, everything else is going to be a downgrade. That's all I really wanted to see was that. That's all I wanted to see.
Are you ready for it?
He did a Tetsuzanko and he had martial arts weapons. So, I'm excited. And now I'm not going to pay attention to the rest of this. The only other thing I want is an FF16 port. Yeah, that looked really solid, but I'm not very confident in the performance. It seems like they're really pushing it really far. They had a lot of stuff on screen. So I already have no faith in the PC port. I did just upgrade my computer this week, so hopefully it'll run well. Yeah, Cao Cao was at the end of that trailer, so maybe you have like a create a character or something. Maybe that guy that we saw fighting was like a create a character. You could probably just make who you want, but then they'll also have like the actual Three Kingdoms generals and stuff. I don't know.
Is it you who pursues
I'll make a video
infinity,
about it later.
or is infinity awaiting?
I don't know how
you?
long I can really stretch out like 45 seconds of gameplay, but I'll make a video about it. I mean, at least they showed gameplay. That's better than a lot of these other trailers. It leaves you wanting more, but at least they showed something. So this should be Phantom Blade, I think.
I pray for their grace, but all they
No, wait, no, this
claim
isn't
were
it. This is something
inferior
else.
Shades.
Need a sec.
Why do we have to bear the consequences of such power?
Time. War. Mortality. These essences shall not fall into your treacherous hands. Wayward emissaries, grant us the forgotten miracles. Rain fire from above. This desolate land needs a sprinkle of madness.
Remember, no matter what happens.
Well, Origins might be like the beginning of the Three Kingdoms, and I think they might be... I really think the guy that we saw was not like an actual general. I think he was a created character. Kind of like Neo 2, where you like actually go through parts of history, but it's altered, and you're not somebody who was actually there. You're like a self-insert, which will allow them to do a lot more interesting things with it, but it seems like it probably will have the usual officers that you can play as. But they've done the story to death. I feel like they're trying to distance themselves from doing the Yellow Turban Rebellion and Hulao Gate for the 8,000th time. But I was a fool. I think that's what they're trying to do, which is a good thing, because the story has not been worth watching or reading since Dynasty Warriors 7, which came out like almost 15 years ago. So, if that's what it is, you know, if it's like an actual origin story with a created character and things are actually different instead of going through the Yellow Turban Rebellion for the 15th time, I'm all for it. Especially since the gameplay looks pretty solid.
The poison in my veins begs me to kill.
Hopefully they show more soon.
I'll put you in the ground. The power of our god is immeasurable.
Terrible frame rate.
Thought I could be a hero. But heroes don't survive the Forsaken Lands. Only monsters.
It's not coming until next year. Generally, I think big Muso games usually come out first quarter, so it's probably only like 8 months away. Well, more like 10 months away, minimum. I just hope it's not, I hope it's not timed exclusive. I hope it's coming to PC day one. I don't want to be put in a position where I just barely paid off this new graphics card and like, oh, we're only doing it on PS5 and it's gonna run like buns. Like, nope. You give me that PC port right now. I hope that's the case, but it's anyone's guess, really.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. I'm back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles coming to PlayStation. Starting with a highly anticipated PvP shooter, playable soon.
Oh, another one! Great! Another one. How many of those are there going to be? Not that I care, because we just got Dynasty Warriors, but how many more we need? 1,000 of them already. As soon as they say shooter, I'm already checked out. Oh, you're like not even watching.
All realities converge here. Destiny awaits. Stronger together. Hell unleashed! Who needs a power-up? Free fire zone.
Embrace the chaos.
Insignificant attacks.
I don't know, these like team shooters tend to really avoid melee because they know they can't make it feel good. From what I heard, the problem with this game was the best characters were the ones that don't have powers and just have guns, because they're like better by default. But like they don't want to do hit stun, so like melee's never gonna feel good. Which is kind of a problem when you have so many Marvel characters that just, you know, fight and don't shoot. They're too scared to do hit stun.
Let's see how mankind has conquered space.
I mean, how satisfying would it be? No one would take any hit stun. They'd just walk through it. People would complain if control was taken away. Melee characters in those games like never feel very good because of that. You're just fighting a bunch of hyper armor. Yo, this looks legit. What is this? This looks like my kind of game. Oh, that game. Yeah, I've heard of this game before. That's gonna be on PC. That's definitely something adjacent to what I play. I like wuxia.
Hello, friends and fans.
Martial arts and shit.
I am super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
Oh, nice one.
You can't hide from me, Michael.
Oh, you're going down. Oh!
Save tonight. It means so much to me that we're all still here together.
Fight the brave.
Okay, while this significantly less interesting trailer is playing, let's see if there's any more information on Dynasty Warriors
Let's make
Origins.
this one trip we will never forget.
Mike, Emily?
I was down there.
You were?
It was horrible.
I don't want to make hasty decisions that get everyone killed. We should stay put right here until dawn.
Jessica!
You can't let me die!
Well, Apothecary, until they get the courage to actually do hit stun, for melee characters and those Overwatch clones. Melee's always going to feel bad because the whole time you're punching or slashing or whatever, they're just shooting you, right? There's no hit stun. You don't really get rewarded for actually going in and hitting stuff, so... Which I hear is supposedly the problem with Marvel Rivals. They did the alpha, like, last month or something, and, like, Star-Lord was, like, OP, because he's just a dude with guns, and, like, Spider-Man can't compete with that, because when he gets in, they're not going to stagger, they're just gonna walk through it.
I must be the one to face this nightmare.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself!
But I need not do it alone.
Oh, I have no idea, I didn't play that game. It's a pretty consistent problem, though. You have a character that doesn't shoot against mostly characters that shoot, and there's no hits done. They're either, like, really overpowered, or they're shit. It's kind of the opposite in a lot of melee action games. Either, like, the ranged characters OP or they're trash because they overbalance them.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
A good example is DMC 2.
It's okay. I didn't mean to
The
scare
melee combat is terrible.
I'm kind of lost.
And the guns are like OP. There's never any reason to slash anything.
You should stay away. This town, there's something.
And there's other games where they try to
with
balance it by like making it so you have to be closer to actually do damage with your guns. But then melee is better. Anyway.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here.
Hello.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him
There haven't been any streams for like a week. I just got my computer back like yesterday, or 2 days ago. I don't even have everything set up yet.
No.
I gotta work at my neighbor's house tonight, so hopefully I can get the rest of the games ready. Well, yeah, I got some of the basic stuff set up. It's got like XSplit and my drivers and stuff, and
December,
a
offering
couple
just
games
a glimpse
installed.
of what's
That's
in
it.
store for their celebrated franchise. Today, I am so excited to share the first full gameplay trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be
Checking the Marvelous presentation
hope
while
we
this is
find
going
out
on, because I'm not really big on Monster Hunter. Unless they show like a martial arts weapon or something. I don't know, Rise was alright. I'm not big on Monster Hunter. Let's see if the Marvelous presentation's
I've
got
never heard of a
anything good.
this big before. One of them's got big spikes on its back.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right. The sandstorm!
Commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
There's a new Daemon X Machina coming out. Mech fans are eating really good. It's like the third mech game coming out of the next year. I think mech fans are eating really good right now. For those of you who care, there was no Senran Kagura announced at the Marvelous thing, so I'm sure most of you are heartbroken. I didn't really see anything too interesting in there.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that's right. There's Summer Games Fest is in like a week, so there'll probably be some more decent stuff there. Where Winds Meet looks pretty cool. I'll probably play that. Dynasty Warriors Origins, if it's not PlayStation exclusive. And I have to give that caveat there. If it's PS5 exclusive, I'm not playing it. I'm not spending $600 to play Dynasty Warriors. But yeah, that's next week, so pretty high chance the FF16 port is probably going to be there. Which I'm kind of interested in playing, especially with mods. I haven't really seen anything else I've been too interested in. I hear the God of War Ragnarok roguelike mode is actually pretty legit. But I definitely wouldn't buy it full price. Because that game is like 99% walking and watching cutscenes.
Be sure to visit PlayStation Blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days of Play. This global celebration runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation Store, great new content coming to PlayStation Plus, and much more.
Alright, well there you go. leak was true. Let's go ahead and watch that trailer again. Let me pull it up. Give me a sec. Alright. Looks like all the trailers are the same. Let's go ahead and pull this up. It's the only thing I was really interested in, besides Where Winds Meet looks pretty cool. And that game will be on PC.
Soldiers and officials alike oppress the people for personal gain, and the people must turn to thievery for food. Perhaps this is heaven's way of lamenting the state of the land. Men are powerless at the feet of the divine. But even so, someone must act.
Yes! Yes! Dude, that dude did a weapon switch combo. You guys see that? He did like a weapon switch combo. Yes! Yeah, so he's a creative character. He's John Dynasty Warriors, which I think is a cool angle to take. They've done the story like 15 times at this point. I think having a creative character has a high chance of being more interesting. But we'll see what happens, I guess. Alright, well, I guess I'll just play some normal video games now. I don't see any more information for Dynasty Warriors Origins. I was hoping maybe they'd have like a little bit more gameplay, but it seems like it's coming out next year, so who knows how long it'll take to know more. I hope it's not exclusive. I'm gonna be pissed if it's exclusive. It's gonna put me in a rough spot. I do have a friend in town who has a PS5. I totally would pay him like $100 to just rent that for a month. If it comes to that, I will, but I hope they're just going to do a day one PC port. And I definitely have a computer that can handle it now, so just gotta hope for the best, I guess. I don't know, a lot of the companies are starting to shy away from doing exclusives because they're not making their money back. A good example is FF7 Rebirth. They're saying that the sales are underwhelming. It's like, well, you only put it on one platform. If you put it on PC and not like some crap like the Epic Game Store, like more people would buy it. The Square is trying to get away from exclusivity. Like, look how many people are excited that Kingdom Hearts is going to be on Steam. Those games have been on Epic for like 3 years. Like, they've been able to play them for a long time now. I have 2 of the games already, but I would buy it again on Steam, provided that the cloud saves actually work and the Steam Deck support is fixed. Like, it's pretty funny how they put out that article saying that they're going to not do exclusives as much anymore, and then like the day after they're like, oh, Kingdom Hearts is on Steam now. Like, why didn't you do that from the first time? like, why didn't you do that in the first place? big deal was not worth it. No, I think they're taking a different angle with it, meaning that they don't want to repeat the same thing again without it being like a different angle, which I think is a good thing because they've repeated the story 1,000 times at this point. And doing it with a creative character is going to give them a lot more freedom to make like the narrative part of it more interesting. There's also always been the problem, like, with the Dynasty Warriors games is, you know, characters that die early, you know, you don't get any more story with them, and a lot of times you can't even play as them anymore until you get them unlocked in free mode. So I think having a custom character is going to allow them to avoid that problem. That's always been an issue. You know, if you like Sun Jian or Sun Se, they job really quick, like, within the first couple hours of playing. If they're your favorite character, unless the game has, like, a side story or something, or what if, like, Dynasty Warriors 8, they're gone. And it's the same story over and over and over and over. So, I think it's definitely got potential, and they showed disproportionate amount of gameplay compared to what we normally get. So, it must be pretty far along. I think it will also allow them to not have to have every character be unique, or not have to have every character, because that's been the other problem with Dynasty Warriors as well, is they have like more characters in the game than Tekken and Street Fighter have ever had, and the budget just doesn't match. They can't put them all in the game, so we end up with stuff like Samurai Warriors 5 and Dynasty Warriors 9, where your favorite characters just got a sword or some crap weapon, and they're not fun to play anymore. They don't have identity. And there's like 5 other characters that play the same way. So if they're going to be focusing on a creative character, that gives them a lot more freedom, and they have a lot less pressure to have everyone playable. So I'm really going to assume that they will not have like everybody. And maybe some of them will be playable, but I think it's going to give them a lot of released pressure from not having to have them all in there. Yeah, there was some kind of weapon switch mechanic as well, which looked really cool. Oh, I'm sure they still will. They won't be, like, generics, but I already like don't expect there to be so much of a focus on having everybody playable. I think this is the biggest opportunity they have to trim the fat of the roster and condition the fan base to not expect everybody to come back all the time. That's been a problem with the Muso community, is expecting everybody to come back all the time, which is unrealistic. Like, they don't have everybody in Kingdom Fighters, they don't have everybody in Tekken or Street Fighter. They don't even try to do that, because it's not practical or realistic to put them all in there. I don't know, we'll see. They showed more gameplay than I thought they would, but I kind of wish they had done like a little presentation on it about like how it's going to work and everything. I really don't think that's all for Muso next year, too. Like, one of the big things right now is that the Switch 2 is, like, obviously coming, but companies can't announce. They can't announce games for a platform we're not supposed to know exist yet. So, I think next year will probably be a pretty big year for Muso. It'll probably be, like, some kind of franchise Muso game on the new Switch. As like a launch title, because they did that for the first Switch. They had Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem like really close to each other, so I think there will be probably more Muso games announced in the very near future, because the Switch 2 is supposed to be coming sooner than later, so wouldn't be too disappointed if you're only expecting one game. Wanna squad up? Maybe. We'll see. Really nice having this run at 144 FPS. Got the esports frame rate. I don't think I could really handle 120 before. it would drop considerably, but with the new card, I'm noticing it's pretty much rarely dropping frames. Yeah, I'll make a video about the Dynasty Warriors announcement. But I don't know how much I can really talk about because they only had like a minute-long trailer. But yeah, there's definitely some things in there to analyze. Like it's a what's it called? Create a character. It probably starts from the beginning again, and then they have some kind of weapon switch mechanic. That's basically all you can really parse from it. And that, like, the scale of the battles is going to be a lot bigger. Taking care of, taking advantage of the new hardware. That's basically all you can really parse from it. Those are all good things. If it is a reboot, I think that is also a good thing, because they have too many characters. You can't keep adding, like, 10 characters every game and then make them all unique. It's just, like, not possible. So, if that's their solution to the problem and the combat is still good. I actually don't really think 9 had bad combat. It just needed to be expanded upon. That was the issue. The movesets are very small, and then there was also the problem of the clones as well, which made things worse. But if they really are doing a reboot, I think they're not going to be able to change the combat again. Like, they cannot change the combat if they're committing to a reboot. It's going to be one or the other. I definitely do think it needs a reboot, just as bad as Resident Evil does. Resident Evil is getting to that point as well. They're in dire need of a reboot. They've had, like, how many zombie outbreaks now? Like, how does their society still function? Like, I heard the new Resident Evil is going to have Leon as the protagonist. Shouldn't he be, like, 60 by now? The Dynasty Warriors is like that for a different reason. It's mostly just content and roster bloat is the main issue. They want to add, like, every single character, and it just got too much to manage. I really feel like if they are going to reboot, and they do it right, and they expand upon it in future installments, or they do, like, season passes or whatever, then I think it'll be a good thing for everybody. But it's very hard to tell with what little they showed. But yeah, doing a creative character is actually pretty cool, because it'll solve a lot of the problems of your favorite character jobbing in the first couple hours of the game, or only being available in a couple fights and stuff. I think that'll be, like, a really good thing. They definitely need it. Like, out of the oldest franchises that have been around that still get games, like, Dynasty Warriors and Resident Evil need a reboot the most, like, by far. With Resident Evil, it's more just that they keep having to justify why there's, like, werewolves and shit all over the place. And, like, the world shouldn't even function anymore, like, with how many zombie outbreaks they've had, and then, like, also committing to using the same characters. They're all, like, retirement age now. That's why Resident Evil needs a reboot. But, like, Dynasty Warriors doesn't have that problem, because there's a set beginning and end to, like, the story already. It's just that they have too many characters, and it's really limited their creativity and ability to actually, like, make a good game again. So, if it is a reboot, I think if it's done properly, it could be a really good thing for us. I've always really wanted them to just trim the fat of the characters and not have so many, and, like, start from scratch. You know, you don't have to redesign everybody, but, like, don't tell people to, you know, condition them to not expect there to be, like, 100 characters every game. You know, if the combat that they put in there is well received, then they can expand upon it like they did with the charge attack system, and then, like, over time they can add more characters and stuff, and add more things to it incrementally. But trying to go off 9 is just a bad idea. And I really feel that's why it's taken so long to get a new game. I really think Dynasty Warriors has, like, one more chance to not screw it up. They're already at that point. They have, like, one more chance to not screw up their mainline franchise again. And if not, we're just not going to get Dynasty Warriors games anymore. It's not like Muso is going to die or anything. It's just that there's going to be, like, more franchise Muso games. You know, they'll do another One Piece. They'll do another Fire Emblem and Zelda and stuff. But there, like, won't be Dynasty Warriors anymore. The other problem as well is that they've kind of, like, soft-locked themselves with being able to make more games, which is something that other franchises with 1 million games every year don't do, like Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed. Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors are in a very interesting spot where they've creatively soft-locked themselves from making more games. Samurai Warriors 5 was supposed to be a reboot, and it had some fun things about it. The game is fun if you play it on easy. The art style is very nice. The music was good too. But as a reboot, it failed miserably because they have barely any characters and there's all these clones and stuff, so the gameplay aspect of it was very lacking and felt half-finished. And Dynasty Warriors has the problem of they put so many clones in 9, and then the game was not well received, so they don't want to expand or iterate on that anymore. So now it's just like they can't make mainline games anymore. Which is something that Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed, also old franchises that have like 1 million games every year, they don't have that problem. So if this is their way of starting from scratch and being able to solve all those problems, I'm all for it, provided that it's executed properly and they don't screw it up again. But I don't know. I don't really like to get too excited when they showed so little. They did show a decent amount of gameplay. There was enough to see like a little bit of how the combat system's going to work, and that they're going to have a custom character, and that like the actual officers and stuff are still going to be there in some capacity, but it's unknown if they'll be playable or side characters, or like maybe only certain ones will be playable, which I think would be the way to go, honestly. It's just you just can't make like 100 movesets from scratch. It's not possible. If it was that easy to do it, then, Street Fighter and Tekken would have like 100 characters in their current games right now. They would not skip out on the bullet point of like, hey, we have 120 characters. That's just not how game development has ever worked. But Dynasty Warriors has been in that spot legit for a while now, just having way too many characters that they can't, really expand upon it. Well, they better have the tonfas, but they did have a martial arts moveset, so I'm already accounted for. I hope Ling Tong is there as well, but I don't know, it's anyone's guess. I like how I put this on my new Generation 4 NVMe and it still takes forever to load. It's like barely noticeable difference. Yeah, they seem to be wanting to do creative characters a lot more. And I think part of the problem, one of the reasons why, was because Neo 1, you played as William Adams, who was a real person, but they got a lot of complaints that, you know, I don't want to play as a generic white guy, and then there was the people that thought that it was, you know, forced diversity, because people don't know history, can know that he was actually present during that time. Well, obviously, they took liberties with him. He wasn't doing weapon switch stylish combos on demons and stuff, but he was there. They had to deal with all that negative publicity. And then also, the way that he was written in the cutscenes, he was kind of like Link. He was like a more vocal Link. He talked sometimes, but not much. So he kind of already felt like a created character anyway, but you couldn't change his appearance. So one of the things that they did in Neo 2 is they made a custom character, because that was like, non-gameplay wise, from like casuals and stuff, that was like the biggest thing that people wanted, was they wanted to create their own character. Which is what this game does too. Although I'd argue their way of doing custom characters is pretty crappy, because they don't really give them a lot of... They don't have a lot of personality. I feel like the Yasuke stuff is just thinly veiled racism. Because when he was announced for Samurai Warriors 5, everybody was happy. Everybody's like a brothers in Muso. But then the Assassin's Creed crowd is complaining about it. I think their first concern should be that everybody has begged for a Japan Assassin's Creed game for like 15 years. And the fact that they're doing it now feels like desperation. It's like, everybody was so happy when Yasuke was announced for Samurai Warriors, and then the Assassin's Creed crowd is just complaining about it non-stop. Like, it's kind of obvious, well, at least some of it is thinly veiled racism. Ouch. Oh, it's not time repeating itself. It's a repeat of what happened with, it's a repeat of what happened with Neo 1, but on a much larger scale, because, obviously, Assassin's Creed is way more popular than anything Koei Tecmo does, but there was a lot of that as well. The difference was that it was people, well, I guess the thing that was similar was that it was people being, It's people not knowing history. There was a lot of complaints about Neo 1, like, oh, they just added a white guy to make it more popular. I'm like, he was a person that was there, and if he did, like, a couple seconds of research on Google, he would know that. But there definitely were some people that had the whole thing where they're like, oh, they're just adding a white guy because they don't want to put an Asian person on the front cover or some stupid stuff like that. The thing I will say against Neo 1 was that William had, like, barely any personality. So I think the whole let's just do a create a character thing was actually pretty wise, because he didn't really have much of a character in the first place. But yeah, this is running at 120 FPS now. It's pretty nice. Haven't played in a while, but I wanted to test this because this is a pretty bad PC port. But I guess the extra VRAM is making it run pretty good. Yeah, it's clearly going back to the beginning, but from a different angle, which is a good thing for a number of reasons. The story can actually be interesting again, and they're not going to be shackled to having a 120 character roster anymore, which is good for all of us. All of us that care about gameplay, that's a very good thing. I think it does really mean that there's going to be a much smaller roster, and they'll probably, like, expand upon it later. Like, we don't know how far the game is going to go. Like, is it going to go all the way to the Jin Dynasty, or is it going to, like, stop, you know, midway through or something? But it's possible that they might add more over time and probably do, like, character packs or something. I don't know. I don't like to theorize too much, but they didn't really give us a whole lot to really work with. So, it's anyone's guess. Will it come to Steam? It's anyone's guess too, I don't know. I sure as hell hope so. You guys want to see why? You want to see why I hope it's coming to Steam? I'll show you why. I'll show you why right now. How do I show this? You guys want to see why I hope it's on PC? I'll show you why. Because I have a 4070 Ti Super. That's why. I do not want to downgrade to a PS5 to play Dynasty Warriors. I do not want to have to do a donation drive to get a PS5 to play that game. I hope that they're going to do a Frame 1 PC port, and that it won't be a garbage port, because as you can see here, I am more than prepared. I've got 16 gigs of VRAM, I got a Generation 4 NVMe drive, I have 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM, like, I am ready. I do not want to go have to beg my friend to let me use his PS5 to play that, but who knows. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I did this upgrade, because they're letting me pay in installments, so I'll be paying it off for pretty much the rest of the year, barring donations and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty future-proof now. I've got pretty good stuff in the computer, so unless the port is completely abysmal, I should be able to just play everything as soon as it comes out and not have to wait or go down the console or anything. Anyway, I'm gonna play a little bit more Orochi, and I'm gonna go ahead and go, cause I gotta work at my neighbor's house tonight. I do not have the day off today. I had enough time to get done with my errands to come back and do this stream, but I do have to work over there in a bit, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and probably take a nap. I might stream over there some indie games or something on the Steam Deck, but no promises.
この両鉱石の出番ってわけかい。信じる者のため超支流いざ参る。そう士官が天をつかむさしかと心に刻むがいい。
And yes, I will make a video for Muso fans. I need to make a video about this mod I'm about to show off. I'll probably do that before I leave to work at my neighbor's house. And then I'll also do a video about Dynasty Warriors Origins. But I haven't had... if you guys have noticed, I haven't been doing any mic commentary. It's because I've been running the channel off the Steam Deck since mid-April. So, there's been a lot of games that have come out that I played on the Steam Deck and I played to completion. A couple dozen hours on some of those games that I just could not do an overview because I didn't have a computer. So, I'm going to be going to a convention on Saturday and Sunday in town. There's going to be a local con here for like $20. So that's going to take up most of the weekend, but I hope that maybe tonight I might sit down and just make a bunch of those overviews, because I've had a lot of questions about games that have come out and I just kind of couldn't really do anything about it. It was out of my control. First, we had to diagnose what was wrong with the computer, and then I had to bite the bullet and pay for this whole operation on the computer to get the cooler fixed and then get the new graphics card, and then the Windows install corrupted, and then my hard drive died, and that everything had to be recovered off there. And then when I finally got it back, I had to reinstall everything. So that's still going to take another couple days at least. I'm almost done, but I haven't set up the emulators and stuff, so like doing Basara and like the Muso games on Switch and stuff is going to take a little bit longer. But hopefully by maybe this time next week I should have everything reinstalled. So it might just be a lot of random streams. Then if I'm working at my neighbor's house, I'll probably be playing indie games, because I got a couple indies I've been playing. I've been playing Virtua Unlimited Project, the Mega Man Zero clone, Hades 2, Otherworld Legends, the new Prince of Persia roguelike, Devil Blade reboot. Like, those all run fine on the Steam Deck, so I gotta do a little bit more work on some of those. This game feels so good with mods. Mods are incredible. Tomida. Alright folks, I'm gonna go ahead and close out for now. Take a nap and work on the videos. I gotta service the Muso community because they've been starving for anything from me for almost 2 months now because I've had no computer. This mod actually came out before I got my computer back, but I did get it working on the Steam Deck. I put up that video about the mod a couple days ago, and that was actually from the Steam Deck. I got the mod installed on there, but I'm going to work on the Dynasty Warriors Origins video and then make a video for the Orochi 4 mod. And I should be back later today. Most likely, I might play some indie games at my neighbor's house on the deck. If I can get Wuthering Waves to stop stuttering, I might play that on stream a little bit. Or some DMC Peak of Combat. I gotta do some optimizations though, because those games aren't running like they should. I gotta fix them. You think there will be new characters? They'll probably do some new characters, but I think that they're not going to commit to having everybody in the game at once. So, I'm sure they'll have some new generic waifus to sell copies. Or some angle like that, but yeah, they'll definitely have some new characters for sure. But now you can just make your own generic anime waifu, so I don't know how much they need to do that either. Anyway, folks, I'll be going over there in like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then I might be going to the store to go get a snack. After I feed the cats, I might stream over there. But it'll be indie games. It won't be Muso games, so that might not be everyone's cup of tea. But I will be back later tonight with some more PC games. So more Muso games. There's a Grand Blue Relink update tonight as well, which I might check out. Some other stuff, depending on if I can get it working in time. Is the whole cast returning? Likely not. Likely not. I think the whole reason they're doing a creative character is to stop all the complaints about not having Guan Yu's 13th son in the game, and I actually tried to get the roster under control, so it's anyone's guess. Anyway, I'll see you guys